this is Rachel with Charles River Aquatics doing our swim tips video for this week. This week we are going to talk about chin thrusting on the back and what that means for body position. This is something that we work on in level 1, level 2, level 3, all the way up through our higher levels. Brian is going to demonstrate a back float for us, and then we're going to see what chin thrusting and what chin tucking do to the body position. Brian, go ahead, back float for us. All right, so he's horizontal on the wall. Brian, now thrust your chin up. So you can see Brian's chest is high, but his legs sink immediately. And Brian, now hit that floating position again. And now Brian, tuck your chin towards your feet. And again, he loses all of his ab engagement, and so his legs sink down. Our goal is to have a neutral spine while we're in the water. So we always want our neck to be long, not bent, not thrusted forward, but neutral, nice and high, hitting right here. Brian's now going to do some kicking on his back to demonstrate some of the things that we see in our swim lessons. So do back kicking with your chin up. Brian, thrust your chin more. More. Yep, so the goggles go under the water. We see that frequently. His belly is up rather than his body being in a neutral position. Many swim lesson places teach for children to push their tummies up when they're floating, but this is not a position of power, and it doesn't have any control, again, with core engagement. So what we teach is a long body position, and so Brian's going to demonstrate that for us. Go ahead. So what we teach, yeah. So really important to note, Brian's head is in a neutral position, his neck is as long as it can be, and his body is horizontal. There's no part of it that is supremely sunk down. Brian, thank you. Beautiful back kicking. And then lastly, we're going to look at what happens when the chin is tucked. This is something we see most frequently in level 1, but sometimes in level 2 as well. Are you ready? So tuck. And so again, we can see we've got what we call a V position. Brian's hips are really low and his knees are up. And again, that's creating a lot of drag and not a lot of power. Thank you, Brian. So one thing that we can work on is just practicing this on the floor. So Brian is going to hop up for me, man. So what we're going to do is just do back floating, but feel hard. So a really easy way to practice proper body position is to just do a T-float on the floor. Brian's toes are pointed. That is really important. Brian's head is neutral and his body is totally horizontal. We want to teach children to float and kick in that position. Thanks, Brian. That's great. Again, this is Rachel Bennett with Charles River Aquatics Swim Tips. Have fun swimming.